Hey guys, it's Melissa here from Reiki with Melissa. Today I wanted to talk to you about making sure that whatever it is you're asking for or praying for, you are in alignment with the universe on, and that it's in alignment with your highest good. Oftentimes we want whatever it is that we want it yesterday. I will be the first person to tell you that I was really bad about this. I was very impatient. I wanted everything to happen on my terms, in my time, when I wanted it, what I said I wanted. And my experiences throughout the years have been that all of the things that I asked for were not in my highest good. And so when something wasn't in my highest good, I did not get the thing that I wanted. And I ended up seeing later that the reason that I didn't get it was because it wasn't aligned with my highest good. So for example, I wanted a job as a flight attendant. I think I talked about this before. This was when I was in college. And I went and got the first interview, passed the initial interview, was flown to where the airline's headquarters were. And I didn't end up getting the job. And I thought, okay, this would have been such a cool job. Why did I not get this? And I had prayed for it, prayed hard, asked other people to pray. And come to find out a few weeks later, 9/11 happened. And if I had been hired by that company, I would have lost my job because they had laid off a lot of people after 9/11. So that was a blessing in disguise. But also what I realized is what I was asking for was not in my highest good. Another example with another job that I wanted, I had applied for a teaching job at a school district and really wanted the job, got very, very close to getting the job. Didn't get it, was very disappointed, and then I found out that the person who did get the job hated it there and only worked there 1 year because I guess the environment was so toxic and dysfunctional. So again, it was not in my highest good. We don't always know that the things that we want aren't in our highest good, but when we are asking in our prayers for whatever it is that we want, we can always ask if it is in my highest good, if this is aligned for my highest good. Or sometimes I'll say this or better, because I don't know if it's in my highest good. But usually when it's not, it's because something better is coming along. I know that whenever something, a door, whatever, gets shut in my face, it seems like it's shut in my face, it's because there's something better further down the road. So many of us spend a lot of wasted energy trying to kick down doors that are not meant for us. So many times I see people post things on social media, or if they're talking to, for example, someone who is a card reader or a psychic or something like that, they'll say something like, I just want my ex to come back. I just love him so much and I just miss him so much. And I feel sad because, there's a reason that didn't work out. And it doesn't mean that all people aren't necessarily meant to come back together, but you had to leave for a reason. For most of the time, it's because there was a lesson that had to be learned. And so sometimes it means that if you were to go back to that situation, it's either that you're going back to what you were supposed to learn not to do, or you're going back to a toxic situation. And again, that's what you were learning, the lesson to move away from that and how to love yourself and how to be okay with who you are. And so I think a lot of times when you see a post like that, it definitely shows some codependency things going on, because you should be a whole person by yourself and without having another person. So the reason I bring up that kind of post is just to show you that if you pray that everything is done for your highest good, people may be taken out of your lives. Like I just heard somebody talking about that the other day. They were talking about that breakup that you had. That person was actually taken out of your life by the universe because it wasn't good for you. And I thought to myself, that's an interesting way to look at it. But really, that is what happens. When we pray for things to be for our highest good, the universe responds. And it's not always something we like. So you have to know that It's not always going to be what you like, but it is going to be for your best interest. And the reason that those things happen is so that you can be put on a better path. Because once you're removed from the situation that is no longer serving you, you're going to find a better situation, whether it be a better relationship or a better job, any of those things. That's what's going to happen. And you have to trust that when you pray to the universe, that you, or to God, whoever source, people have different names, it doesn't matter, but when you say your prayers, when you are asking for things being done for your highest good, then it's letting go of the control of how it's being done or what's going to happen, and trusting that there is a method to the madness. There is a reason for things that happen, and that the universe does have your best interest at heart, and the universe does have your back. So when things are happening to you and it feels like a struggle and you're wondering, why did this happen? It's usually because the universe is trying to take you out of the path of something that isn't for your highest good to align you with something that is. And it's not always easy for us to see in the 3D world, because we're looking at it with our emotions, and we're feeling how that felt when that thing happened to us that made us disappointed. But if we were to see the bigger picture, if we were to see everything with our 5D eyes, to see everything that goes on that we can't see right now, we would realize that the universe is really working on our behalf, that they are working for our benefit. They are trying to do everything with our best interest at heart, and that they are doing it for our highest good, even though at the time it can feel like a horrible thing just happened. Now what am I supposed to do? And I understand that, because when something bad happens to you, that's the first thing you want to do, is you want to start playing the victim and saying, why did this happen to me? And feel the emotions that that brings. But you have to stop when you get into those situations like that, and it's not working out for your highest good, or you don't think it's working out. You need to stop and take a breath and think about, what are the possible reasons that this is happening? Because there's always a reason. So when people say that they want to pray, for example, for a soulmate, make sure that you are being very open about it, because it may end up being somebody that you would never have expected. You don't want to narrow yourself to, it has to be this way, or it has to be this person. Okay? Because I used to be one of those people who would pray, let it be this person. But when you do that, you're affecting that other person's free will. And it may not be in their best interest to be with you, and it might not be in your best interest. It might not be collectively in your best interest to be together for reasons that you may not understand. But if that is the case, know that there is someone or something better out there. As hard as that can be to imagine, that is always the case. Something better will come along. If it's a job you didn't get, you can either choose to look at it from a victim mentality and say, oh, they just didn't pick me because they just only hire people that they know, and oh, there's nepotism there, or, you know, they were just this or that, and now you're being the victim. That's not helpful for you. You're not learning anything when you have that mindset. But the other thing is, try to look at it from a different perspective. What if you got that job and then it was an environment that was toxic, and you hated your job and you didn't want to go to work every day, and so you started using all your sick days? You could have ended up in a situation like that, thinking that you really wanted this job, but in reality, it would not have been the best fit for you. So my advice to you is, when you ask for things, it's great to know what you want. We talk about having vision boards and having a plan for the future and knowing what you want. That is very important. But it's equally important to not be particular and a stickler for how it's going to happen. Because the universe has many ways of making things happen. Things, coincidences, when you meet people and you're like, wow, I can't believe that I met this person and they had this connection to this dream job. It's not a coincidence, okay? It's the universe setting everything up for you. But we don't always see that. We're not always aware of that when we're so busy living our daily lives. We don't always recognize exactly how much the universe is doing on our behalf behind the scenes. So just make sure that you are always, when you pray, keeping an open mind, an open heart, and praying that this or better, and if it's in my highest good, or if it's for my highest good, keeping those two things in mind. And then just keeping an open mind and trying not to feel like you have to have control over everything. Because when we try to put our hands in everything and control it, that's when we start making messes for ourselves, because the universe actually does know what's best for us, even when we don't. We think we do, and we don't. We're like the teenager all the time who thinks they know everything, and really we find out we really didn't know anything at all. So keep an open mind. I did pull a card for you today, so I want to go ahead and read that for you. And this card is from the deck, The Teaching of Abraham, and it's Well-Being Cards. And the card that I pulled for you, just get to it really quickly, is I am life everlasting. I am an eternal being. And it says, you cannot die, you are everlasting life. In grace, you may choose to relax and allow your gentle transition back into your non-physical state of pure, positive energy. Your natural state is foreverness. So, in this, just remember, this world that we're in, this life that we're in, this is temporary. We are simply spirits having a human experience. So the things that happen to us are really only temporary. So don't waste too much time and energy getting upset over the things that don't work out for you, and trust always in the process and that the universe has your back. And know that things are going to work out for you. It may not be exactly the way that you pictured it, but it is going to work out for your highest good. And if you ever feel in doubt or like things just aren't going your way, then it's time. You're out of the flow when you start feeling that way. When you start dropping right back down into that victim mentality again, you have gotten out of the flow of life. So what you need to do is to take a deep breath, sit in stillness, and ask your angels and guides to help you raise your vibration and to get back into the flow again, and to stop fighting things in life. Like, stop fighting against the process, because that's what you're doing. When it becomes so difficult and like it's an uphill battle, you've gotten out of the flow. When you're in the flow, you're at peace, you're calm, things are just moving along, and you're not in anxiety and worry, okay? So make sure that you are in the flow. Well, I hope that you guys will have a wonderful day, and I hope that your year is starting off right. If you need anything from me, I still am offering Reiki sessions, and again, I just got rid of the 30-minute session, but I added a 90-minute session because a lot of people were running over time and they needed more time than just 60 minutes. And I've got new packages there, so check out my website. Also, you can check out A Purposeful Pilgrimage. It's an online course. You do this on your own, at your own pace, but it's daily lessons to help you improve every area of your life, to help you learn how to get rid of those limiting beliefs and call in abundance. So I hope you'll check that out. If you like my podcast, I hope you share it with others so that they might also be able to benefit from it. And if you would leave me stars on iTunes or positive feedback, I really appreciate that. I appreciate you guys listening anyway. I love you all, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.